Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. Today we're going to make out a Python project, and that's a very much of different Python project that we're going to make out. It's a sort of very much different project. What are we actually having in that today? So let me just first of all give you a very brief idea. Okay, so maybe you all must have used out some Snapchats or some filters onto your images, right? That's one of the thing which is nowadays coming inbuilt with some of the cameras, some of the phones as well, and even you have must have used of the Snapchat at some or the other place, or either you have seen that out. Okay, so we'll be building up some project today like the same. What we'll be doing is that we'll be making up a project into which you'll be getting up the access of your camera to this Python project, and after that you would be actually able to put up different filters. You'll be able to put up different emojis onto your faces accordingly. Like let's say you have some sort of emoji glasses and you just want to put that emoji glasses. So yeah, you could put that afterwards using out this respective Python project. Okay, this is the same program that we're going to make up today. It is going to be very much interesting Python project, because into this we'll be learning about getting up the access to your cameras first of all with the OpenCV library, and then you'll be able to put up different sort of images. Let's say here I'm having this ground, so this will come at the top of my face, or let's say I'm having this some sort of some emoji like this will be coming onto my face, and accordingly things will be happening, right? As I said at the term that's Snapchat, so you must have got the very clear idea regarding the project that we are going to make up today and that we're going to set up the things for. Great. I'll be moving forward with the respective things. So what I would do first of all is that first of all I have out the uh, I'll be letting you know what are the libraries that we are going to use out. First one will be using up the CV2, and second you will be using up the CV zone. Okay, these are the two libraries that we'll be using up here to make this respective project. Okay, great. So what I'm going to write out here is that I'm going to write out that from CV2 import, and here goes CV2. Okay, this is how we just import that respective library. Then what I would do is that I would go on to my terminal here downside, and here I would be writing up a command for the installation of the CV zone library. Okay, I'll be writing up the command for that. So the command goes somewhat like this: pip install, and here it is CV zone. Okay, pip install CV zone. This is the command that we'll be using through here. So what I would do, I would just hit enter. So pip install is the similar command which is used for installing any of the module or any of the library into Python programming language. After pip install, you write out that respective library which you want to install right here for your project or for whatever requirement is your actually. Okay, so I simply wrote up the command that's pip install cbzone. Now next thing was that this respective library was already installed for me, so it's showing me requirement already satisfied. Okay, if you haven't installed that till now, so for you after some time according to your internet bandwidth it will show you that successfully installed. Okay, so make sure that you install out this library before moving forward in this respective project. Great. After like installing up this respective CV zone library, it's the time for importing that as well. So import CV zone. Okay, so throughout my project I'll be using only and only these two libraries. For CV2 will be for accessing up my camera, and CV zone will be for putting up different filters onto my images. Okay, onto my camera or onto my image actually. Okay, so now here basically what we'll be doing is that we'll be giving up the access to my camera. So how we do that out? So I would just write up the, let's say, variable that's access is equal to, we have here CV2 dot, and here I'll be using up the video capture function, video capture. Okay, so right here video capture is a function which allows me to capture up the video for you. Okay, so this is where you'll be giving the access to your camera at this respective place. Okay, the use of CV2 is almost on a little bit is left out, so that we'll be doing as well. Great. Moving forward. Now here we have a classifier. Okay, we have out a classifier. Let me just show you out here the name for that I already have out here for me. This is the one. Okay. Now we have this that is Hera Cascade frontal face default dot XML. We have this XML file actually, okay? So this XML file only helps us to put up the different filters onto our images, and accordingly it helps us to give the same sort of like picture which we have put out, and all of the things which are actually done in the Snapchat are done through this respective XML, okay? This XML file. So I already have this XML file right here. You could just download that from the internet at an respective place. You could download that out, okay? So in that respective case, I will be reading up this XML file. I'll be loading up this XML file here at this place, okay? So again, I'll be doing up through the CV2 library. So here goes my next statement, that is let's say A. Okay, is equal to CV2 dot. Here I have my function which is used for reading up the cascade file. So that is cascade, and here goes the classifier. FIER. Okay. This cascade classifier, this is my function which allows me to read out this XML cascade file. Okay. And my file name was, it is HAAR cascade underscore, it is frontal face underscore its default dot xml. Okay, so yeah, this is the file name which we are having, and let me just quickly match up the spelling, that is HAARCASCAD, correct? Underscore its frontal face underscore default dot xml. Great. See, frontal face means the front face. Okay, so this file is actually designed for your front face. Okay, for putting up the different sort of emojis or different sort of things onto your like image. Fine, great. So this is how you put up this XML file here, which will allow you to put up different sort of things. Getting down here, now what I would do is that now into a variable, I would be reading up that respective Snapchat filter which I want to apply out. Okay. So what I would do is that I would get down here and let's say apply. Apply is one of my functions, let's say, is equal to, from the CV2 library, I'll be using up this IamRead function. Okay. Now inside this, I'll be using up that respective file name which I want to put up here. Okay. So right here, I just want to simply put up, let's say, let that be native.png. Okay, native.png. So now one thing that's that you could download out these respective Snapchat images or Snapchat emojis from the internet, and okay, and make sure that you put up the size for those are 340 cross 320, 340 cross 320. Let me put that here as well. 340 cross 320. Okay, if you're gonna put up this respective size, so it will actually come very fit onto your face. Okay, it will somewhat come at the center of your camera, at the center of your screen, that will be coming up, and that's so you'll be able to put up very easily. Okay, and that will actually is the correct size for this. So make sure that whatever the Snapchat images you're having that of 340 cross 320. So these which I'm having, I have all of the size for those, that is 340 cross 320. Okay, I have the same that size only. Great. So this is done, and putting up a comma here, I'll be using one more thing, CV2 dot. It is CV2 dot IamRead. It's underscore, and here it goes as unchanged. Okay. CV2 dot IamRead underscore unchanged. Okay, one another function which helps me in that respective case, that at one simple point, whatever the filter I had put on, I just simply want that respective filter only. I do not want to change that simultaneously in one single go. Okay, so it will be unchanged. Great. That all set adding. Now I'll be writing up here the while true. I'll be applying up an infinite loop, means that till the time I'm not gonna stop up this respective I'm not gonna close out that respective window, it would display me that respective filter which has been applied onto my face. See, whenever I just say filter, or whenever I just say Snapchat image, or whenever I just say Snapchat emoji, all the three are referring to these pictures which I am having, because I am not a person who uses up the Snapchats and all the things, so I really do not know that what's the correct name for that. Okay, so whenever I just say Snapchat images or Snapchat emojis or filters, make sure that you understand that I'm just talking about these particular images which I had put on here. Okay, great. So this is done. Now what I would do is that I would basically try to read up my uh read up this respective video capture one. Okay, so here goes my access dot and here goes my read function. It will help you detect that completely how many faces we are having onto the screen. Okay, it will help you in that respective case. So frame is equal to access dot read, so it will help you to capture up the video and read up about the number of faces. Okay, great. Now, getting down here, okay. One more thing, we always know that whenever we are dealing with any sort of images, so we deal with the RGB colors, right? Whenever we are working with any type of images, in that case, we had to deal with the RGB colors. So in that respective case, we are having one sort of function. Let's study that out. So let's put up the variable here as color is equal to, here we have cv2 dot and it would be cvt color. Okay, cvt color first function. Okay, cvt color. Inside that, I'm going to put up the variable, that's my frame variable separated by a comma. I'm going to put up cv2 dot, here goes my color underscore bgr2 and here goes the gray. Okay, one second. Wonderful. So what I am doing up here at the respective places that onto my frame. See, whenever you put up anything or any sort of thing, it always understands up the things. Whenever you want to put up any filter or anything like that, it always understands that sort of thing according to the RGB colors only. Right? Whenever you want to read out any image or anything, you simply use out the RGB color. So in that respective case, I simply use up this color underscore BGR to gray. That is our BGR, that will be converting BGR to the gray color. Okay, great. Now, we'll be done just as I told you above that. What it will do at some sort of place, if you're having more than one faces onto your cameras, it will detect that out. So my variable name is faces. Let's say so faces is equal to, here goes the cascade. Sorry, here goes a variable that's a dot. It here goes my function that's detect, and here we have multi-scale. Okay, detect multi-scale into the bracket. What are now we having? Next we are having the grayscale. Okay, okay, I'm sorry, not the grayscale. We are having up the wave function which is color. Okay, great. So what it is actually doing is that it will help us to detect up the multi-color, multi-faces if you're having, and all of them will be converted onto the gray one. Okay, great. Now next what are we having? Now next I'll be having that I need to put up some respective dimensions. So here goes my for loop for x comma y comma width comma height. Okay, x, y, width and height in, and what is my variable? My variable is faces only. Okay, for x, y, w, h and faces. Fine. Now in that respective case, now what is needed here? I will be using up some sort of variables and I'll be using up some sort of things to resize out my images. Okay, so right here goes that I will be, let's say I will put up dim. Okay, my variable name that's equal to, here goes cv2 dot, I will be using up here the resize. Okay, excuse me. Into the bracket, I'll be putting up some sort of variable, and that variable will be my apply, onto which I have read up my image which I want to put up. Okay, now apply comma the value for the integers, int values. Okay, integer value. So for that, one second, let me put up the bracket here as well and here as well. Great. So let's say my integer value is width, and I'm going to multiply that out, let's say from 1.6. Okay, Separated comma by a comma, I would again write int, and let's say it's my height, and I'm going to multiply that by 1.6 once again. Okay, what are the value I have used in the width? The same I will be using up here in the height as well. Fine. Next, what I'll be doing is that I'll be using up a variable that is the frame, and it will basically into that we'll be using up some sort of PNG image. Okay, so here we go. I'm having the variable, let's say f. Okay, f is equal to, so here I'm having the, now it's the use of my CV zone library dot, here we go, overlay, and here it's my PNG function because we'll be using up the PNG images. Okay, now next here goes my DIM, that's my one second, no, it's not that DIM, it's if. Okay, separated by a comma, we have overlay underscore resize. Okay, okay, not in that case, what I would do, I would just put up here as DIM. Okay, comma, now into the bracket I'll be using up x minus, let's say it's 46, comma, let's say I'm having y minus, and let's say it's 76. Okay, great. Let's get down here, get out of my for loop at this respective place, and here I'm going to use cv2 dot, it's im show. Okay, and into the bracket I'm going to use up, let's say okay, let's say I'm going to simply use up okay, that is, let's say, images. Okay, image, simply that one simple name if you just want to put up. And here goes my frame, that's my f variable. Okay, now here I'm going to use that if cv2 dot, here is my weight key. Okay, if cv2 dot weight key, and if that is equal, okay, I would just put on some sort of time, let's say it's 20. Okay, if cv2 dot key is equal to 20, it's 20, then in that case it's equal to order of, and it's the order of q. Okay, so in that case it will help you to break. So it means that if your camera doesn't get up the access in this much sort of time, so what it would do, it will simply take up the things from, okay, here it goes the capital K. It will simply help you to remove up the things at that sort of time. Okay, at that sort of place it will help you to do so. Let me do one thing. Instead of this, I'll put up here as frame, the one which we have used above, and let me put up here frame. And to avoid up the confusions, I'm going to use up here again the frame. Okay, I'm just simply using up all of these sort of things so that there is no such confusion while using up these respective things. Okay, great. Now even I would let you know that at from what place you could just download up the images. So right here at this particular place, actually I was removing up the like different sort of like I was removing the background for the thing. Okay, yeah, by that thing I just wanted to let you know one more thing, that whenever you are downloading up a image or anything like that, okay, so in that make sure that you remove up the image as, sorry, you remove up the background image as well. Okay, so there are many sort of you could just many sort of online websites available for that, so you could just simply do and use that out right here. Okay, now this is how you could use that out. This is how you could make up the respective program. Now what I would do, I would simply run out my program once very quickly. Okay, so let's see that how it is gonna be, because I'm not sure that, yeah, actually it is not gonna give me the access for my camera because already my camera is open, so I will just close out this respective one. Okay, now I would be running out my program from here, and now let's check out that what is actually gonna happen at the respective place. So yeah, now it's gonna get out some of the access for my camera. There is some sort of thing while I need to put up some changes into my program because of my image. So let me just quickly make the respective changes. Here goes my 5. Okay, it's double, not it's simply here 45, and it's as well. Okay, no, it's not that respective case. What I need to do is that x minus 45, and here it's x minus, okay, y minus 75. And the one of the brackets, okay, no, not this bracket, when this bracket, right, this not to be done and this to be put up. Okay, I'm so sorry what I'm doing actually right here. So control Z, and here it goes up like this. Wonderful. Let's run out the program very quickly and check out the things that what is actually happening up here in respect to the things which are actually coming up. And yeah, here we have this image, right? Did you saw that out? So let me just, actually my camera is not getting up the access for all of those things. Let's do that out very quickly here and let's check out that what is actually gonna happen out this respective place. So yeah, actually my camera is taking up a little bit time in loading up the thing. So yeah, here is my image that is coming up and I'm not sitting at the center, so that's the reason it is not getting up in that respective place. But if you're gonna sit up this, it sit in the center of your camera and put up the camera accordingly, so it is gonna give you the very clear image of the things. Okay, same thing goes for the crown as well. Whatever you just want to put out, you could put out there, and accordingly you could just use up different sort of things. Now let's say I just use up, I'm having some more as well. Let's say I just put up another image. Let's say that is some star. Okay, I am having one star.png as well, and if I run out my program very quickly once here, so in that case, this is a sort of some goggles, star-shaped goggles, which are actually appearing up here. And yeah, you could have a look at that. Right, so now just top it up from at the perspective face, right? So you could just have out a look that if you're sitting up in between and if your like face is in middle. So in that perspective case, it will actually do up the things very clearly and very precisely and very clearly, right? So this is how you could make out a Snapchat program. This is how you could make up a Snapchat emojis program for your own with the help of the Python programming language. Now yeah, here put up different sort of emojis and put up different sort of filters and make out your respective project, right? So one more thing to mention up here, that whenever you are using up this respective project, make sure that you are having up, make sure that you are having and you are putting up your like make sure you are having up and you are putting up the like image and all of the things into the same folder where your file of the folder is present, right? So I hope that you enjoyed out this respective video. So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.